All right, everybody. Welcome to episode number 5 of Into the Nether. This week, we have a special guest host. We've had some fun stuff going on, some interesting things happen. Last week's show was a hell of a ride, but hey, let's send it over to Thil. Welcome to the show, Thil. Thanks for coming.
Hi, thanks for having me.
You're welcome anytime. Oh, God. And we've got Huffity Puffity, who's in a rare, enticing mood tonight. So we'll see how this show goes. She's already started the craziness, so let's go with it.
I don't know what I did, but okay. I did have a spoon, but I don't know why I had a spoon.
Okay, so she has a spoon.
I have a chopstick.
Sweet. We've got chopstick spoons, and I've got some bent pliers.
Bent? How did you bend them?
They're bent intentionally as part of my vaping
They're
stuff.
probably hooked.
Yes,
Hook-nosed
they're hooked.
pliers. Yeah.
They're hooked so I can work on my coils. All right, everybody. So first and foremost, as we announced on Twitter and was retweeted by a couple people, thank you very much for those people who did retweet for us, we will be giving away this Gamatus Zeus mouse. It is free to anyone who can play our silly little game. I will send it anywhere in the world, no problem. It'll just take a little bit longer to get anybody who wins it in the EU or the Asia regions. So good luck to everybody. Now, what we were discussing before the show is we were going to do a Josh Allen, a.k.a. lore question for you, hence the lore trivia. So I went to look up the answer because I had this amazing question in my head, and it was about Josh Allen and when he was first referenced with Soul Glow in Legendary. The problem being is earlier this month at the end of July, Blip TV came out and announced that they would no longer be supporting Blip TV, and on August 20th it would be completely shut down. Which on August 20th it was completely shut down. So when I went to pull the episode, because the first 115 episodes I think for Legendary are on Blip TV, sadly to say, they are now gone. All that content has been lost. I know Game Breakers got it all backed up, and the different people who were on that site putting their shows on there, they were all informed that it would be taken down. So, if you were looking for those first 115-ish episodes, they're no longer there. I did go back and watch them a lot. There's a lot of good comedy in there. But that question will no longer be there. We will be doing the rest of the questions today during the show, and they will be all lore questions. So what we're going to do is we'll ask several lore questions throughout the show. We want you guys to tweet us your answers to all the question in one tweet if you can. If not, put it in multiple tweets. But the first person to tweet back in with it correct will be put into a pile. And, because we know we're going to get several answers that are the same. So as we get those answers in, we're just going to keep putting them in a pile. And then on next week's show, what we're going to do is we're going to put everybody into a random generator that got it correct, and we're going to let it produce the winner. I think that's the fairest way to do it because the internet is horrible and everybody has access to go look up all these questions as we ask them. So I'm going to random it. But it's a fun little thing to do. So get the questions right. Our social media master at SGG will be checking Twitter all week long for your answers, and she is going to make sure that I get all the names before the next show. Anyways, let's throw it over. Mike, what have you been up to this week?
In WoW-related stuff, we had our Friday and Saturday night raid. Other than that, absolutely nothing, because we're getting ready to move out of this apartment, so real life has been hell.
Are we still going to get to see the Overwatch poster when we watch your SGG show?
I know where I'm going to be in the new place. It's just, I don't know what my background is going to be like. I'm thinking of hanging a sheet and doing a green screen thing. Otherwise, yes, you'll still see the Overwatch poster. And the Diablo poster.
Yes, I'm super jelly of your Overwatch poster.
I'm getting the Wings of Liberty poster, which is still on the wall at my mom's house.
You want an Overwatch poster? I have one.
Oh, yes. B, just go ahead and send that to me.
I will do that.
Thanks.
Oh.
I will be moving into my office, which is right behind me in that door back there. But I've got to paint the room first and then put the green screen up and do all the work. The two clowns that were running around the house earlier, they're going to be my manpower to lift and do the muscly stuff that I just don't want to do. Such a nice supervisor. But anyways,
when they're off of work.
yeah, we all work on the same days off, so they're good. They offered to help it up. So, B, why don't you tell us about your week and what's going on and what is happening?
What did I do
Dresden, I will riot if I don't get that poster. I will riot all over her
You
house.
will, right? I will send you the poster. I got a new power source. Yeah, that happened.
Power source, yeah. Oh, so your computer won't.
He did it.
So you're not going to just randomly disappear tonight.
Hopefully not. That was the attempt to correct my issue. So far, it has not done it. And considering it has been on nonstop and I've been playing and doing Photoshop and all kinds of stuff the last 2 days and it has not shut off, that's a good hope there at this point. Oh, what else I did? Warcraft-wise, I've been playing a little druid because I felt like it.
So you're like, I'm a little druid, short and stout. Is that what's been going on?
Yeah, that's exactly what's been going on. Other than that, I've been playing Dragon Age, preparing for the expansion that comes next week, which I'll be live streaming.
I don't mean to cut you off, and yes, I'm very excited about your stream for Dragon Age, but Mike, did you just have an epiphany on stream?
I had an epiphany on stream. I had a question. I forgot. B, where the fuck were you Friday and Saturday night?
Woo! It's going down right here, right now.
Raid leader, one of our hunters.
I might have been playing Dragon Age.
Mike, isn't she a huntard that barrages all the things?
See, Friday night it wasn't a big deal. We had, 14 people, I think? But Saturday night it was an issue because we only had 10 people.
You could have yelled at me.
I could have yelled at you. I didn't yell at you.
It's okay.
I assumed you were at work. Actually, somebody told me you were at work. Who told me you were at work?
I will yell at her every Friday and Saturday from now on to make sure she shows up.
Damn it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just had that sudden revelation, I forgot to ask her that. Let me ask her that now. No, I was very excited.
Yes.
Going back to less excited.
That's where I was. I was playing Dragon Age.
Well, let's go ahead and skip over the Dragon Age and skip straight to Illidan. Because that's this week's topic, and I don't know about you guys, but this demon is the fucking man, in my opinion. I love him. I'm glad that he's back. It's been far too long that he's been out of the game because he is so intertwined with the lore. He's absolutely amazing. So
he's technically not a demon.
He's somewhere between a demon and a night elf. I mean, where do you really categorize him?
He's his own species.
I mean, is he as strong as Kill Jaden? Who the fuck knows at this point? Is he going to eat another Gul'dan skull?
He's consumed so much power.
Oh
and considering Gul'dan is technically alive again.
I mean...
Well, when he fell, technically players looted the skull of Gul'dan off of him. You could loot it as a trinket in Burning Crusade. So, he lost that skull. So it's not like he's going to be walking around dual-wielding skulls of Gul'dan here.
Yeah, but did he lose
Real
the
Gul'dan
power?
And Gul'dan.
Did he lose the power that he was able to absorb through Gul'dan's skull?
Probably not. Being he absorbed the power. I mean, we don't know what his state is. He was dead, and his body carried off, and that's the last we heard of it.
Well, I mean, Mai's kind of a bitch. Just plain and simple. I don't like her.
Crazy? Bitch is an understatement for what she is. And she's always been. It's not just, of recent, and she did, obviously spend all these thousands of years, guarding him. But
10. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she wasn't there all 10,000 years.
No, she wasn't.
She was in and out. They expanded their role. They started doing other things, hunting down other demons. So there was other stuff she was doing. So, yeah, she's a bitch. I'm being polite. I know I am.
You are being polite because, for one, she left Tronda to die. She was just like, whatever. I don't care about her. I kill her about Illidan. I want to chase Illidan.
I'm surprised Malfurion didn't just snap her neck at that point. Seriously.
Yeah.
I would have. Mike, they left Nikki to die?
Good. No. If I left her to die, she'd come back and haunt me and chop my feet off.
No, I don't mean you. If you had a guard left her to die, would you snap their neck?
Oh.
Totally misread the question.
Misread the question. No, I draw it out a little bit.
Oh, we're going to go a little darker.
I draw it out a little bit.
I think
then maybe I'd snap their neck.
Okay. All right, so let's go over a little bit of Illidan's bio. Let's just get a couple quick points out here so everybody understands where he kind of came from and how this all started. He is the twin brother of Malfurion Stormrage. Twins, they do not look like at all.
Yeah, there's a such thing as,
We know you don't need a guard. I understand. That no, not fucking.
I don't need nobody.
Anyways, I'm not fucking with your wife. She'll kill me. Yes, you are a badass. I'm staying out of this. Anyways, like I was saying, he's the twin brother to Malfurion Stormrage. Yes, one's a druid. One was an uber badass magi who just wanted power. He never wanted to rule the world. He wanted more power, and he wanted to protect his people.
He was a sorcerer.
He had amber eyes when he was born, which in Night Elven history and culture is really a big deal because they look at them. They're prophesied to do very great things and be great leaders in their society. That's the way they look at the amber eyes. Then Sargeras came along. They kind of cut a deal, and he said, "Hey, boy, look at me." And it's, oh shit, his eyes were gone. They are these glowy orbs, which they still are to this day. That green hue of the Burning Legion, just they're there, and they're wicked. And don't get me wrong, he is absolutely awesome looking with them, but still, like, he was truly supposed to be something more. Now, is he fulfilling his role, what he was prophesied to do? I mean, that was thousands of years ago. We don't know.
He was prophesied to have great destiny. But that's a little vague.
Well, that not just because destiny doesn't also mean whether it's good or evil.
Right, exactly. It's extremely vague statement. You have a great destiny. So, someone's born nowadays, the prophets come together. It's like, this child has great destiny. 20 years later, this child is bringing ruin to the world. Well, he has a great destiny. It's just a shitty one.
Yeah, we just don't know if he was doing good things during that destiny. Good things, bad things, good things. Who knows?
He's a sad story.
He is a sad story. The last big thing I want to point out about him, which has really put him in a kind of depressed, I would say, messed up state for most of his life, is Terinn. He was absolutely drop dead in love with Terinn, and he said he would do anything to be worthy of her. And that's coming straight out of all the lore. He wanted to do whatever he had to do to be worthy, to be with her. And in the end, she picked Malfurion. She liked Malfurion better, and it's kind of sad and kind of, I think, ruined Illidan and kind of pushed him away a little bit. So those are the major points.
Not to mention, no matter how dark he got, he still loved her.
Oh, he did.
He never hurt her, ever.
I want to talk about War of the Ancient, guys. The War of the Ancients is the big starting point for Illidan. So if you guys want to go ahead and just hit off on that, because there's so much in there.
So that was Invasion 1 of the Burning Legion to Azeroth, which really they weren't like, oh, hey, Azeroth, never heard of it, whatever. And then, Queen Ashara and who was that satyr?
Xavius.
Xavius, there we go. They're fucking around with stuff like, ooh, look at this lovely well of eternity. We can draw all this magical power from it. Like, oh, look, I can cast a bigger fireball than you. I'm going to suck more power out of this well and cast a fireball as big as a mountain. And all this experimentation rippled throughout the great dark beyond and the twisting nether. And Sargeras is just sitting out there like, oh, hello, vast well of infinite magical power. And, yeah.
Did he do the
suddenly
happy dance when he did that?
Probably a little bit of a happy dance. And suddenly millions of demons are pouring out of this lovely well. Well, deals were made, portals were opened. I'm paraphrasing big time.
Yeah,
no, you're fine. You're fine.
Ashara is a bitch.
So yeah, Queen Ashara, Xavius, they were there, and they were doing a lot of experiments on the well. So yeah, they used the well, and they just used it to pull Sargeras into the world. But there's some badasses around.
They never succeeded in pulling him into the world, but they pulled pretty much every other member of the Burning Legion through.
Now,
Big Boss
at
Man.
least all of the very big lieutenants all pretty much came through.
Is that where the Sunwell raid kicks in? Is that are we at that point now? Is that supposed to how it flip back, or is that the second time around?
No, okay. So no, that's later. But it did lead to the Sunwell, being that
All of
the
these,
water was from the
right? All of these events. I mean, you'll know Illidan had. Anybody familiar with Illidan's lore? He had the 7 vials of water from the Well of Eternity. Which he took before the well went boom. He dropped 3 of them into a lake on top of Hyjal, which created a new well and caused a whole bunch of other shitty problems. The rest that are accounted for, Kael wound up with 1, Vash wound up with 1, Illidan, Dathramar wound up with 1, and he made the Sunwell with it. And the last one we don't know about. The 7th one has never been confirmed where the hell it wound up.
I think Illidan smuggled it into prison.
There's theories. I don't think they ever really go into how Illidan wound up with the 2 he gave to Kael and Lady Vash.
Well, they never explained either why they let him keep his glaives the entire time he was in prison. When you put somebody in jail, you usually don't let them keep their war glaives. I mean, if you go back and watch the cutscene from World of Warcraft 3, he's clearly, when Terinn breaks him out, he's clearly got his glaives. And, well, Terinn doesn't really break him out as much as he destroys the whole goddamn place. Like, he goes ballistic.
Right. Now, here's my... Yeah, that's a great question. If you're going to imprison somebody who is a fantastically powerful rogue / sorcerer / other...
Can we just call him a badass?
Yeah, sure, a badass. You have a certifiable badass, probably one of the most powerful night elves in existence to ever exist, in the top 5 list right now. Why are you going to let him stay armed? Because, yeah, you know, now you mentioned it. You're right. You break him out, and he's already armed. It's not like there's no side quest like, well, I got to go get my weapons.
Yeah, there's no, hey, let me just go over to this chest right over here and pull my weapons out. He's like, oh, and he's just standing there bouncing around. And he was like, oh, you need me to come kill people? Okay. I still love you. I'll do whatever I can for you.
Pretty much. It was.
That's definitely paraphrasing.
As long as she asked, he's like, okay, I don't care.
So... Now, well, all this let's jump back again. Sorry, guys. I know I threw us off track there. So, well, all this stuff's going on with Shar and Xavius. Netherrian is slowly already started to have been corrupted by the old gods.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, they're already whispering to him, you know. So, I mean, what's your guys' take on that?
N'Zoth is a dick.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all that could be said about there. He's whispering his way in there, which is interesting because N'Zoth is corrupting Deathwing and probably others at this point. And I don't think they were necessarily on, the same terms as the Burning Legion here. So got an interesting 3-way going on forming at that point. They got their own agenda, their own deal.
Well, they're doing everything they possibly can to come back into the world. So it's still like the same agenda. They're all like, oh, we all want to come into the world.
But tell me if I'm wrong, B. What's so ironic about all this is that, the demons, or not the demons, excuse me, the Titans, Sargeras leading the Titans, locked up the old gods. They came to Azeroth originally, created it, locked up the old gods deep underground so they never escape. And now you've got Sargeras, who is now the leader of the Burning Legion. Why the hell didn't he come unrelease them? Why didn't he release them? Why? That would make total sense in his plan. He's more powerful than they are. Hey, guys, come work for me. We'll dominate everything now.
Could be, it could be a thorn in his side.
Right, because it took him and the combined forces of the Titans to imprison them. They knew they couldn't kill them, because if they killed them, Yeah, I'm trying to think of timelines here. I think Sargeras wasn't corrupted yet when they did this.
No, he wasn't.
Anyway,
still, yeah.
It took all their combined mind to imprison these things. They knew that if they killed them, Azeroth would go with it. So they're still imprisoned. He's probably just going to leave them there because, he is one Titan. Mind you, he has, an endless army of crazy demons with him, but he's one fallen Titan.
Yeah.
And it took all of the Titans to imprison all of these old gods. Why would he let them out?
Yeah,
now,
but he's the most powerful.
One is one thing, but no, they're on the same level, like Jake said. But that's the reason why, Bethesda was saying, it took all of them to put them in where they're at now. So just him by himself is not going to be enough.
Yeah, but he's not just by himself anymore. He has, and they said it in the beginning of Wolfheart, when they talked about the Draenei fleeing when Velen took his people. They talked about Kil'jaeden and the Iridar being the most powerful race in the universe, and they were the perfect fit to become the Burning Legion and work with Sargeras. So that's why he picked Kil'jaeden and what's the other one's name? I can't think of it. Archimonde. Because of their pureness. They were going to be super powerful because of what they were. That's why he selected them and offered them that. And excuse me, that is not in Wolfheart. It's in the beginning of Cycle of Hatred, I think.
Yes.
I was reading it the other day on my tablet. I can't remember which one. But anyways, the point is he has more power running around than these old gods probably do at this point, especially now to where he's at. I mean, he broke the prison he created and unleashed all those horrors back on the universe, and he controls them.
We're not sure though. I mean, there's still in anything. It's still going to be, and no matter what power or what level anywhere, you're still looking at a thorn in your side. They have their own little things, their whole whispering, their own shit. Even from obviously they're doing crap from their cages even.
You are not prepared.
They're whispering out from their cages. If he lets them out, the old gods out, now they're going to be pressing their agenda, which is different from his. And so that's going to be a thorn in his side. All Sargeras wants is the Well of Eternity and its power. And to take out the old gods destroys Azeroth, and the Well of Eternity goes with it. So just best leave them locked up. They're not bothering anybody right now, within reason. And
they're not bothering him. And what
they're not bothering him.
That's all he cares about.
No,
they are in no
not.
place to bother him. So he's just going to leave them there.
No, and yeah. I mean, I just had to pose that question because it's one that really hasn't been overanalyzed too much.
If he would have won the War of the Ancients and gotten, all of the things he wanted and full access to the Well of Eternity, maybe he could have found a way to deal with them.
That's true.
I mean, that's an extra power source added on to his own. Maybe he could have, one by one gone to their prison and be like, yeah, you know what? No.
Yeah, no,
prison's not good enough for you guys.
One by one.
Too good for you. I mean.
It's too good for you.
And if we can take them out one by one, or what supposedly we think we're taking them out one by one, who knows? We're not really killing them, since we are, there's still some. Because I'm still under the impression that Warcraft is a soap opera and no one's actually ever dead.
So they're all demons from the Burning Legion, and they just go to the Nether, into the Nether, then they come back.
That's the demons. I don't know.
I'm just saying. You said it's a soap opera, and nobody dies.
Well, that could. Well, look, we're having people come back from the time travel even.
We're having.
I'm golden. And I'm like, I'm supposed to be dead, but here I am, aren't I?
Archimonde was slain in a fantastic manner by thousands of wisps, and a whole tree blew up with him.
And they took
yet he comes back, travels through time and space to an alternate universe, Draenor. From everything I've read, this is the same Archimonde that blew up. This isn't an alternate universe him. This is him resurrected.
Because they say
thrown back in time.
You can't kill the Burning Legion. They're the only place that, from the speculation, and this is pure speculation that's on the internet, and this is a lot of people doing a lot of lore digging. The only way you can kill them is killing them in the Nether, in their realm.
And that is assumed because we know that Dreadlords can be killed in that fashion.
Yes.
Like perma-killed. So it is assumed to carry over to all greater demons.
So we need to kill Jaina in the.
Yes. You need to kick Jaina into the Nether and slit her throat.
Jaina's my future wife, everybody, okay?
You know what? 4 expansions from now, they're going to come out with Jaina as a Dreadlord. She was replaced years ago.
If that ever happens, I swear to God, Blizzard, I will cry. I'll be done with your game. I will have to walk away.
Come on, it's going to be hilarious, because everyone's been calling it for how long?
Was it Ronan who saved her from the mana bomb? I forget.
It was Ronan that saved her from the mana bomb.
Okay. When he pushed her through the portal, in his, dying moment, he fucked up and sent her body into 8 different places,
Oh
and she was
my
replaced
God.
at that moment by a dreadlord.
That's why she went crazy.
Okay,
trying to
but so
kill everybody.
wait. If you want to
We're
talk about the
back to
Dreadlords, but here's my
Okay.
issue with the Dreadlords. They're not that powerful.
Oh.
They're not.
No.
Sylvanas whipped their ass. She whipped 3 of them by herself. All right.
They are by no means a power. I mean, they're a greater demon, but they're not exactly, top of the totem pole.
No, they're nowhere near like the top.
They're only powerful because they were put in positions of leadership. But on their own,
They have more brains than the idiot over there.
Yes, they
well,
have more
if we're
brains.
talking about positions of leadership, let's go ahead and throw our first trivia question out there for the day. And if you guys were watching Twitter today, I already tweeted the first question out.
Ooh.
So, the question is, who is Adria Cloudflyer? And there's a hint on my Twitter page, so if you're looking for some clues, go ahead and check it out.
Apparently, I'm a dread lady. What?
Apparently, B is now become a dread lady. All right.
I see.
Oh, right.
I'm going to send Sylvanas to your house, and yeah, that'll end that. Fuck that. Okay, guys, so there's the first trivia question. It's a good little question. It's a good warm-up. So let's keep going. So the well, Netherian is corrupted, right? He convinces the aspects to give up a portion of their power to make the dragon soul. Like, what baffles me about him convincing them to make the dragon soul is how either Norzdamu nor Alexstrasza saw through this, because those two by far are the brightest.
Well, first, yeah, they're the brightest. Alexstrasza not seeing through it. All right, I can buy that. Nozdormu not seeing through it. He is the aspect of time. He knows all future outcomes, all permutations of future outcomes. He knows everything that has happened and will happen. He couldn't have seen this coming.
Well,
I mean, I think it's explained somewhere, but I don't remember. And I don't care. If he's the Lord of all time, he should have seen it.
I mean, he sees himself becoming the horrible thing he was that we killed off. If he can see that, how the hell did he not see Netherian completely fucking him over and fucking up all of history? I think
it's probably written somewhere and I've forgotten about it.
Well, I think that's one of the things that's, reworked in the actual game.
Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you were supposed to know all of time and know like future, past, present, and future, you'd think that this is gonna happen. I should not do this.
Definitely.
Right. All right. So, anyways, they're dumbfounded. They had no idea this was gonna happen. So, B, he gives them the fucking dragon soul. They give him all the aspects power, and what happens now?
He goes. Well, he pretty much corrupts everything. It's like, nice job, sir. He goes to. It helps, corrupt the well. It helps do all the stuff that he's trying to do, and pretty much they had the old god power from day one. So the old god's power was already in the dragon soul, and
Yeah,
they
he was already
even
corrupted.
like you watch the, there's actually you can actually get to watch the whole like thing where they do the actually make the dragon soul, and they ask, they're like, because there's this like purple like magic going on around it, and they're like, what's wrong with it? Should it look like that? And he goes, oh no, it's fine.
I'm wrong with it.
No. Now, Jake
okay.
points out in chat, he says Norzdamu had to safeguard the true timeline. He had to let it pass, and he said he was sorry that he let those things happen with Malagos and Netherian. So apparently that was Blizzard's answer to the situation, but I'm sorry. If I'm Norzdamu, I don't give two fucks about the true timeline. I'm not going to let the whole world fucking suffer and let the dragon soul be turned against me, the one who just helped fucking create the damn thing.
Okay, well maybe you have to think of it. Let's go with Doctor Who references. That there are set things in time.
All right, I'll be back
not
later,
allowed
guys.
them. Oh, what are you doing? It's those
Yeah.
set moments in time that they're not allowed to change.
But
Or-
that's not the rules for him. Mike said it. He is the ultimate controller of time. He makes the rules. The Titans didn't give him a list of rules. You can't do this. It's not like Doctor Who.
Well, they gave him, he is to safeguard the time ways. I don't think he's, in full control of all of time. But he does have a great deal of control over time. But his, that falls within safeguarding. So I don't think he can make any crazy edits.
But stopping Netherian from being corrupted, is that a crazy edit? Or is that saving his brother? Because they are technically, now that they've become aspects through the Dawning of the Aspects book, it explains how close and tight-knit they are, and they are basically a family. Is saving your sibling tampering that much with the timeline?
Well, you can also think is if he can see all of the timeline, maybe he can also see that what happens. Also be able to see, well, if I do save my brother, maybe somewhere down the line something worse happens because I saved my brother. So
it's possible.
That's you also got to think that possibility. It's like, okay, so I save him, but thousands die because I saved him.
Okay, but at the same time,
are you to save the one for the many?
Oh wow, B, your camera and your voice are way out of sync.
Are they really? Shit.
Wow.
I don't know why.
Way out of sync. Anyways, like I was saying, I just don't think it's that big of a deal. To me, we know that, through so many shows and scientific research, time can be changed to a point, and we know it's ever changing. We change what's going to happen to us every day by different choices we make. So, just because he saw one future doesn't mean that's the all the futures. Because I think in one of the dungeons, was it Durnhold, where we saved Thrall, where they talked about the timeline a little bit when the big asshole came out at the end. It's always subjective. It can change at any minute. I know I'm probably slaughtering lore right now, and Jake's really pissed off at me, but that's life. That's why I'm the host. This is my job.
Yeah, I think it was Durnhold.
But yeah, I mean, the timeline is subjective, so he might have seen something then, but that doesn't mean it's going to come to fruition. I mean, agree,
true.
Disagree?
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I mean, you're right. It's. I'm trying to fix my crap right now.
You're fine now. Wait.
Am I? Okay.
Yeah.
Say hello.
I forgot what I was going to say now. Hi.
Hi.
Okay, that's a little better.
Is it okay.
So yeah, let's skip ahead. So, they make the dragon soul. It does do what it's supposed to. It swallows the demons, but then it kind of fucked up the well and started sucking everything in, and it created the Great Sundering.
Well, yeah, basically it was Deathwing, then now Deathwing turned it on all the dragons, blew up a whole bit of things. Illidan, he feigns allegiance to the Burning Legion. Sargeras is like, I like your plan. Get the dragon soul, the demon soul. That thing was crazy. So I'm going to burn your eyeballs out and give you these nice glowy green eyes. You can see all magic. Doesn't matter where magic is, you can see it now. So get their hands on the dragon soul or the demon soul. They're trying to use it to open and stabilize the portal for Sargeras, and then Malfurion fighting Ashara causes the whole thing to get thrown out of whack. And then it blows up.
And let's just clarify, Chris Metzen did address the timeline stuff at BlizzCon. And he said, basically, it's really complicated, and we're really not going to fuck with it. So that's the answer. That was pretty much word for word what he said during the open question and answer session.
He probably saw no really good way out.
No, I'm sure he didn't.
Well, I mean, I gotta look at, like, people are gonna tear you. I mean, like, hey, well, what this happened? Why all of a sudden you changing it?
I mean,
so
look at what Red Shirt Guy did to him with one question.
Oh yeah.
Red Shirt Guy destroyed them. They were like, wait, isn't he dead? He's still alive? Oh,
wow, it's a soap opera. There's your answer, Blizzard.
We're going to have to fix
everything.
That.
Just say, wow, is
all right, guys, so
there's your answer.
we have the Sundering. Illidan does his thing. He takes the vials. He does his badass thing, and he makes the deal. Now, there's a demon named Azinoth. Well, this Azinoth has these two badass glaives. I don't know. I think I kind of want them.
Well, this happened.
Those are
This was during the war.
Yes. So Illidan runs up to him and says, "Hey, you're not prepared," and kills him, and just takes the glaives. I mean,
That's what he says to everybody.
yep. So I mean, I just wanted to clarify. That's how he got his glaives. 10,000 years later. So the War of the Ancients is over. You got Maeve's crazy ass.
Okay, there's
As
something something that they just brought up in chat that I want to address because this is something that I was thinking about.
Oh, okay. Let's hear this out.
With everything,
Wait, is
coming in, and all
Phaedra
these
saying
people
that
that are supposed to be dead.
Kalthus is
Kalthus,
returning?
yeah. Okay, Kalthus has returned multiple times. We've already seen that.
Is it
In
Kalthus or
timelines-
Kalthus?
It's Kalthus. Multiple times, over and over again. It was just a setback. So,
Who's just...
well, you're throwing out not prepared. I can throw out shit too. Is it possible? I mean, do you think that he could show up again too? I mean, we know that we've technically killed him, though we've technically killed a lot of people. Yeah, twice exactly.
Well,
So-
I mean, how many times did Onyxia come back?
Exactly.
That bitch just won't die. Undead, dead, undead.
So I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I love his storyline, so I'd be like, oh look, he's back again, yay!
You know what?
But-
Kael'thas, we took him out in Tempest Keep.
Mhm.
And we took him out in Magister's Terrace. He was really fucked up.
He was very demon-y.
Oh, he
I
lost
mean-
his mind.
And then we killed him there, and I'm pretty sure it didn't part of that quest, have you rip, you didn't actually see this, but rip that gem out of his chest and turn it into a quest item or something.
You take the. Yeah, I'm right with there. He's a sexy beast.
He's like dead twice over. So, yes, Blizzard can do whatever the hell they want. I mean, for as far as we knew, Illidan was dead. The last we heard, Maiev carried his remains back to his prison cell to keep his soul trapped there, so he lives out his sentence.
Because she's crazy.
Because his sentence was eternity.
Now, mind you, she went right before she took him back. Illidan looked right at her and said, "What are you gonna do now? You ain't chasing me no more. You ain't got no fucking life."
Oh, I mean that's a horrible. I'm all about that right there.
I mean, we need a shower scene. Yes, Mike, I call you.
Are there showers in Azeroth? Is this a technology they have?
No, I think they just go to the lake and they skinny dip.
Oh, God.
Damn it! Why did I just give them more ideas?
What is wrong with you? Why? I can't. But anyway, yeah.
On to the next trivia question.
I would add Arthas.
Yeah, go for it. Oh, if they want to bring Kael back, they can.
Yeah,
But-
I mean it is. If they bring him back, it'll be tied into Illidan somehow. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
All right, so next trivia question for this amazing mouse we have to give away. Xenoth, the demon lord Illidan received his warglaives from, was what kind of demon? And it's not my boat. It's not my boat, and it's definitely not Kael'thas. No. No.
Was amazing. I did that. No.
All right, so now, so Malfurion and Tyrande take him. They don't want him dead. Malfurion sticks up for his brother. Says, no, we're not going to kill him. So they have this big council and then decide that Illidan needs to be locked up. And oh shit, 10,000 years goes by. So many years have gone by.
That wasn't his sentence, though. That's the thing. It's like, you're going to get locked. We're not going to kill you.
You're locked
We're
away
going to lock you up.
forever.
And being you're immortal.
Yeah, you're just going to rot.
Just kill him.
So, yeah. So what's really, really messed up about this is, as we saw, and we started talking about this a little earlier in Warcraft 3, when Tyrande and Malfurion are racing through the halls of the whatever building they were in where he was locked up, Malfurion stops and was like, oh, we shouldn't go in there, And she was like, well, what is it? And he was like, well, this is Illidan's cell. And she was like, well, we should release him. And he was like, yeah, I forgot he was down here. And yes, I'm paraphrasing, guys. Don't get pissy with me. I just watched all this stuff again for like the 90th time this week. So I'm going to paraphrase. Malfurion, his twin brother. Now, I mean, I would be really upset if my brother forgot he had imprisoned me 10,000 years ago.
Oh, oops.
Oops,
I don't think
I didn't know he was down here.
Like, I knew I imprisoned him, but, like, it's just walking by. It's like, what's that building? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Now, what's really funny about this whole situation is Tyrandi's like, well, let's go let him out. And he's like, oh, no, I don't think that's a good idea. And she basically checks him. Like, yes, he's the archdruid, but she was like, nobody but the Mother Moon tells me what the fuck I can do. And then she goes in and the guards don't move out of her way, so she was like, oh, I'm going to fucking kill you too. I am the fucking queen bitch around here. Get the fuck out of my way or you're going to pay.
But that's also the thing. She was guarding Kalimdor for thousands of years while Malfurion slept.
Yeah, he was just chilling, sleeping. No big deal.
He was chilling in the Emerald Dream and all that stuff. So it's like, at that point, it's like, my homeland's being invaded by demons. You've been asleep for thousands of years. Yes, I know it's important to Alette, but bitch, I was protecting this land forever. So you know what? I'm letting them out.
I'm just feeding B with good dreams.
Oh, me and you are going to get together and we're going to write some fan fiction. That's what's going to happen.
All right, so anyways, Tyrande goes fucking ballistic, kills the guards because they won't move out of her way, which mad props to Tyrande for having the gall to do what the hell she thought was right. Even though later she said she regrets it. Still, at the end of the day, I still think it was the right decision. And, you know, that's where Illidan basically says, I will do anything for you. If it has to do with you, I will do it. If you ask me to do it, I will do it. So, I mean, that whole scene, I don't know how you took that, Phil, but to me, that was a very, you know, really showed the true character of Illidan. He really does care for his people, and he really cares for Tyrande.
That's like the only time that, like, he really, I mean, there's more than once and he proves that. For when he runs off to Northrend and stuff, and he had to ditch them, he had the opportunity, he traps her and doesn't hurt her at all and then leaves. He's just like, I'm not going to kill you, you're in my way, but I'm just going to trap you and I'm going to run. In that instance. And then when they all thought that she was dead when she fell into the river, and he'd had no idea, and then all of a sudden that comes up and he goes, what? Like, bitch, I'm going to kill you right here. What?
Well, yeah, and like we were talking about earlier, I'm really so shocked that Malfurion, when he figured that out, he was like, I'm going to raid right now. And Illidan's like, let me send my Naga to search the river for her. They will find her faster than you will. And Malfurion completely agreed to it. I was shocked because the Naga, okay, they're night elves. They are the original night elves who followed Queen Ysara.
Yes, the original Highborn.
Highborn. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the night elves are an offsplit. So, I mean, Maeve didn't die there. No, he let her go.
The Highborn are the higher.
They were all
stick with the arcane, and they're the higher.
Yeah,
they're like, the rich. The rich.
Yeah,
people.
we're the rich people, and you're the poor schmucks. They were. They were the same, race, same skin tones. They were all night elves.
They just they were better than everyone.
The whole high elves, Highborn, does not equal high elves. The whole high elves thing came from the change in climate, I think, was the reasoning.
It was a change in climate, made their skin lighter. I mean, they're all still the same. They all are still the same race. They just and they just upped and left, made their own, their own well, and over time, their skin became lighter.
We're gonna go make our own well of eternity with blackjack and hookers over here in this other, continent.
Wait, how do I join that cult? I want to join that cult.
Well, what you do is you install WoW, you create a horde character with the race of Blood Elf.
Because they're Blood Elves now instead of.
But I don't think Ashar is there waiting for me with open arms.
No, because she is a Naga now, so she's a fish person.
She is a corrupted Highborn, and now she is a fish lady.
And Enzoth's still a dick.
No, that's not going to change.
No. All right, so now you've got Illidan. She releases him. He goes on his mission. Ends up cutting another deal with Kil'jaeden. Hey, yo, Kil'jaeden, I'm back, bro. What's up? Kil'jaeden's like, hey, I need you to go up here. My new servant, he's being a bitch. He's not listening to me. Go whip Arthas's ass. This Lich King's really pissing me off.
Well, it wasn't Arthas yet.
It wasn't. But
it was Ner'zhul.
But
right, Ner'zhul is giving us, it was a whole plan, Oh,
it was plotted out.
Scourge. I had this whole plot. It worked. And now the little fucker is trying to usurp me. Like, trying to turn it right back around on me. Not having none of this. Go up there and kill him.
Okay, so then Arthas and Illidan meet. I mean, you guys want to talk about that? The first time they met.
When he introduced Illidan to the skull.
Yes.
He's all like, he was pretty much manipulating. That was the thing. It's all like, here, there's this power thing because you like power. So here, have some power.
Have some more power. Let me make you more powerful.
So you focus on this and don't pay attention to what I'm doing over here. So I'm gonna go do this shit, and you're gonna go over here and do this, and leave me alone. So hey, here's the skull. You should go get this, and leave me alone.
And fun note, it was absorbing the powers of the skull that made Illidan an actual. And then you say he's not a demon, but he actually is a demon.
He's half
at
demon.
This point.
He's part demon, part night elf.
He's part, but he's more towards the demon side of things.
Well,
just because he's not under full control of the Burning Legion doesn't make him any less of a demon.
As power, with power has come, this.
But the way they describe him in the book is they don't call him a demon or a night elf anymore. They don't have a name for him, is what they explained.
Well, no, yeah, because he is his own.
He made his own race. Yeah, he's a badass.
Okay.
We'll call him badass. His race is badass from now on.
Badass.
Illidan, race equals badass. All right, so.
Demon hunter, isn't it? Like, demon
no,
hunter could be
that's a
race.
class. That's a class. That is not a race.
I know it's a class.
The Illidari. I don't know. Is the Illidari the race? Because he sent his Illidari out, or is that their order?
They're just his followers. It's just followers of Illidan, the Illidari. More complicated than that, but that's the basic.
All right, so Arthas and good old Illidan, after he gets the skull, they show up in Northrend. Arthas is on that last run. He gets out of as Joel Narub, gets let out of there, makes it out, survives, right into Illidan, waiting to kill him because that was the deal made. Go kill him or you will pay. Don't fail me.
Well, right, Illidan's up there. He's got the Eye of Sargeras at this point, trying to collapse Ice Crown Citadel. Well, Ice Crown Glacier. There was nothing there at that point. It was a glacier.
Yeah.
Trying to collapse that, and this is the point. If you remember the Frozen Throne campaign, Arthas was growing weaker over that whole campaign due to
technically being dead.
It was because Narzul.
Yeah, Narzul was losing his.
Because he threw the Frostmourne out. He chucked it out of his thing, and it was leaking power, basically. Right,
he was leaking power, and it was making Arthas weaker. And in his weakened state, Illidan could have killed the Lich King. So he's like, Arthas, drop what the shit you're doing in Lordaeron and get your ass up here. I need help.
He should have just had Arthas bring him some penicillin. I think he probably would have been fine.
Yeah, the equivalent of penicillin, something like that. Maybe a few thousand priests to cast one healing spell at once. I don't know how that works. But they run into each other in Ice Crown, and oh boy, was that a fun in-game cutscene.
Yes, it was beautifully done, especially for the technology they had.
Well, I was actually reading today, I never knew this, but originally the team wanted that to be a full video cutscene, but time wouldn't allow it.
Wow.
So they had to use the in-game engine to create it.
It would have been awesome.
Yeah, it would have been awesome if they would have gotten it done, and
I've seen glimpses of things. I think they did do pieces, because I've seen glimpses of things where it's fully rendered.
Right. They said there would have been more detail revealed than what they had, but it was still good.
You also get to do it in game. If you do the whole quest line in Ice Crown, you get to relive and you get to fight. You get to be Arthas and fight Illidan.
Yes.
Yep.
Now, here's been my question ever since I've learned about this part, because you guys both know I'm an Arthas fanatic. That is between him and Tyrion. Those are my favorite characters. Thrall's a close third, but those are the top two. Now, was Arthas stronger because basically Narzul said, "Hey, here's the rest of my power. This is the juice I got left. Get your ass here." And he knew he had to fight. Illidan was waiting. So, is it Arthas was stronger, or was it Frostmourne that made him strong enough to do it?
Okay, at that point, I think it came down to just pure skill in one-on-one combat. I think they were pretty even.
But see, that's my
I think
issue.
they were
There's no
pretty
way.
evenly matched.
I don't believe a warrior who's been around for, God, who knows how long Illidan's been around to that point. We know he was locked up for 10,000 years. You're telling me that Arthas, who
true.
was, 20-something at the time, was stronger and a better swordsman than Illidan?
All right, you got a point there. I don't know. They didn't explain it well enough for my liking. But
It would have had to been the power that he was granted to him.
Well, and that's the only thing I can think of, because in order for Illidan to kill a Xenoth and take those fucking blades, that wouldn't have been no easy battle. And that wasn't going to be a pushover. Obviously, a Xenoth knew how to use those blades, and that was a fight.
it was probably all the power granted to Arthas by Frostmourne, and I mean, he did gain some power when he got transformed into a Death Knight. So, okay, he was fairly powerful in life because he was a paladin. He was a fairly skilled paladin, and one of their best. So then he dies. Then he gains Frostmourne, gains unbelievable power through a rune blade. Then he dies and gets more power as a Death Knight, which slowly weakens, and then Ner'zhul just pumps all of the rest of his energy into him and is like, all right, go kill people.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it seemed like a lucky blow or, Arthas just... I don't know.
You also think that Arthas had a little bit of home advantage.
Well, yeah, that's
home field
true.
advantage.
I'll give you that. But I think a lot of it, in my opinion, is Frostmourne. Frostmourne whispered to him. I mean, I don't think Illidan made a bad move. He got out of the way of the blow. He jumped up. I think, the sword was able to whisper tactics and different things to him a lot quicker, a lot quacker.
Quack,
than,
quack.
A lot quacker
Quack, quack, quack.
than Illidan could respond, because that was an open blow that, even if you watch the cutscene, it really doesn't look like Arthas sees it right away.
Right, and that was one of the things I read that the team mentioned. Like, in the cutscene, it looked like Illidan died in the inside. It looked like he sustained a mortal wound. They said
The way
that
it came
would
up
have,
across his...
Right. If it would have been, using the actual cinematic engine and not the in-game, it would have been more clear, and they would have had Illidan seeing. They said Illidan would have been there to see Arthas's, rise to power as the Lich King. They didn't explain that part, but okay. But yeah, that was that. Illidan's left bloody. Arthas tells him, "Get the fuck out of here, never come back."
Well, Arthas thought he was going to die. He left him laying there to die. He was like, I just whipped his ass, thanks. So,
right.
Illidan's followers, was it, I'm pretty sure it was Lady Vosh and Kaothas showed up and fucking saved his ass. That's pretty loyal people. Went all the way to Northrend to save his ass. They take him to Outland through the portal.
Well, Kaothas had a bone to pick too. Arthas did destroy his home and set him on this path. So they actually have a battle as well, though Kaothas chickens out and runs away.
Well, but Kaothas is just, he's just not as, he couldn't even touch Arthas. At the point during that time, he had to run away. He could not even come close to Arthas putting Frostmourne down.
Right.
Yeah.
There was none of that. But they found a nice, they were the Three Musketeers of Outland, I guess.
Pretty much. I mean, Illidan declares himself the ruler of Outlands.
Yes.
Which,
because why not?
Leads me into a really good trivia question. So, internets, go ahead and tell us, who did Illidan kill to get the title ruler of Outlands? There's a certain somebody he had to whip on first. I just remembered that one. I looked it up earlier.
I actually know that one.
All right, so Illidan goes Outland. I guess, still, you want to start us out and lead us into how Outland works out without ruining our trivia question?
Okay, so to Outland. Illidan, I mean, if I remember the campaign correctly, Lady Vosh, this is in the middle of the human campaign in Frozen Throne, because it went Night Elf. Yeah. Lady Vosh gets Kael'thas, they go to Outland, and the first mission there is Illidan is in a cage, or one of the first missions there. He's in a cage, Maiev caught him, and is dragging his ass back to the Dark Portal to take him back to Azeroth. So Kael and Vosh set him free, and they all ally together, and yay! So they traverse Outlands. They kill a whole bunch of people, including the answer to our trivia question. And then he installs himself as the Lord of Outland.
Now this whole time,
and this is before the whole Arthas Illidan showdown. Because after Illidan makes himself Lord of Outland, Kil'jaeden appears to him and tells him, he gives him another chance, seeing he has new allies, and tells him, go back to the Frozen Throne and try again. Like, I really want Ner'zhul dead.
Yeah, and he's basically willing to forgive the last fuck up by Illidan.
Right.
Which I don't consider a fuck up, because he chose to do that, or chose to not go get the Dragon Soul, because I think he was saving Tyrande. That was the whole thing, right?
Illidan pretty much is always, from the beginning, has kind of been a semi-double agent. He's still has a love for his people. He's still, this is the whole thing. That's why I say it's very tragic. He still forever will be attached to his people. He's not, like, there's actually in the big cutscene for Burning Crusade that he's called the betrayer. It was them who betrayed him. That's what he feels like. That's what he believes. That no matter what he did, no matter how much he tried to save his people, it was one of the, again, in that same instance, he had good intentions. He just kind of did it the wrong way. Just like Arthas. Arthas had good intentions in the beginning, but he went. It's like, oh, Frostmourne help me save my people. No, not really. But
I've got that quote for you, because I remembered looking at this today. I knew exactly where to find it. He said, "Betrayer, in truth, it was I who was betrayed. Still I am hunted. Still I am hated. No, my blind eyes see what others cannot. That sometimes the hand of fate must be forced. Now go forth, unleash the tides of doom upon all those who would oppose us." It's a pretty powerful statement.
It is an amazing cutscene too, which I actually had to give it to you. But I mean, yeah, that's the whole thing, is so that all through that he continued to, not just for Conda, but I mean just for his people in general. And they kind of, his brother, especially you gotta think of what he's thinking about his brother too. His brother has continuously said, he's banished him, he's done all kinds of stuff, and a lot of this, there's still a lot of resentment in there between the two of them, because they're both in love with the same woman. So a lot of shit has gone down, and a lot of anger between them purely because of that too. Just saying.
Okay, so
Love triangle.
There's one more character we haven't talked about that came to Illidan's aid during the Burning Crusades. And that was Akama.
Oh, actually, yeah, he came up with...
Akama was super important.
Right, because Illidan allied himself with the Broken, the Draenei that were left on Outland after it got smashed. Mm-hmm. That was in Frozen Throne, he allied himself with all of them. Yep. So, yeah, and Akama was one of them.
Because Akama, he wanted revenge for something, and I don't remember why, so I apologize. But he wanted revenge, and that's why he was willing to help Illidan. And then he started to unravel Illidan's whole thing, and he kind of became himself his own, as B would say, double agent, where we worked for Akama through the quest line, which was actually an amazing quest line. Because you basically go through and you're researching and doing stuff for Akama, and then I don't know the name of the Draenei or the Iridar, whatever you want to call him, the Broken that sacrificed himself so Akama wouldn't be killed. But he did. He said, "Send me to the light. I've waited long enough. This will protect all of you." And then he reports it to Illidan at that point in the quest line. And Illidan says, "You fool. You don't think I see? I already know that Kaothas is betraying me. People just don't think I don't know."
Again, it's well, I wouldn't say the high elf. It's whatever. It's the same thing. It's consumed by power, because that was the whole reason that one of the things that with Kaothas was talking to Illidan, and Illidan explained they both have that same lust for power, and Kaothas, it's a disease pretty much. So Kaothas it's an addiction, and Kaothas joined Kil'jaeden purely because I will offer you more power, and he's like, okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Instantly switch sides. Now with Akama, sorry Mike, I didn't mean to cut you off. But the thing with Akama is Illidan took his soul. Illidan's just like, hey, bro, I got your soul. You better do what the fuck I say.
Right, and I found Akama allied with Illidan first because he wanted revenge on the orcs and demons that destroyed his his now homeworld and his people, and just made his life a living hell.
Thank you.
So that was the initial reason for allying. But it says here that, and I actually never knew this, that from that moment, he was already planning his inevitable conflict with Illidan.
Yes. Because
like, I'm going to ally with you.
He saw what Illidan did to Black Temple, and that really pissed him off.
Yeah, like, I'm going to ally with you to kill all these orcs and demons. And then in the back of his head is like, but I'm going to fuck you over later.
So, you know, the awesome thing about this is Akama. Well, Akama's... Are we going to see Akama this expansion, too?
I don't know. Probably not. I mean, we saw Akama in Mists because he was a boss, a combatant in Brawlers Guild.
Was
yeah.
I didn't remember that.
He was.
Okay.
In Mists, he was I think a third level Brawlers Guild boss.
Yeah, but okay. But my thing is Akama. I would like to see Akama back. But what's that stupid ass little gnome mage that shows up in every fucking expansion? And now he's a toy. I want to punt the fuck out of him. Maelstrom.
Maelstrom.
The worst thing we could have done was letting him out of his prison in the Arcatraz. But technically, if you follow the story, Akama sent us into the Arcatraz in the first place.
That's true. Yeah, and we let him out.
You're right. It's Akama's fault that we constantly see Millhouse.
But I like Akama.
During Akama was also during the... See, I hadn't played Warcraft, so I'm not... The Green Fire quest in Black Temple.
Okay, so there's multiple times we've seen him, but Millhouse is just... He's sitting in my inn, and he really annoys me.
He's sitting in my inn, too.
I want to walk up, and I want to bitch slap him off the stool, and then let my worgen eat him.
I'm going to light you up, sweet cheeks.
Oh, my God.
All right, so... basically, you know, Akama... What is it, the council fight when Akama comes in and helps us in the Black Temple? I believe that was the fight.
Yeah, does he actually help us during the fight?
Or is it right before the fight? It's right before we got to save his soul. That's when we get his soul back, correct? Because that's after he gets the phylactery. Yeah, because we get the phylactery for him so he can recover his soul.
Right. Shade of Akama is a boss in Black Temple. He comes in and is an integral part of that boss encounter. And then once that's done, and you've done all the other bosses, you go upstairs, you kill the council, and then Akama... I think helps you through the rest of the instance, unlocking doors and
we get that's when we get up to
Illidan. The hooker room.
The hooker room was amazing. It's my favorite room.
The hooker room.
Brothel, hooker.
Hey, look, Illidan's got many addictions, not just to magic.
Oh, isn't that true?
He likes his high-elves.
Can you blame him? I mean, he was instantly in love with Vash when he saw her, when she was taking care of him and helping him with his eyes.
He got wind of Dathramar and his whole Better Well of Eternity with blackjack and hookers, and he's like, shit, why didn't I think of that? So that's where the hooker room in Black Temple came from.
Well, he also created the second world tree that was forbidden. Mm-hmm. Or no, he created the well, and then they put the second world tree over it.
Right. Alexstrasza threw the world tree there.
She was like, you can't have that magic.
The roots of it were to prevent it from being corrupted, which is why the second Well of Eternity stayed a lovely, pure, glistening blue water, while by the time War of the Ancients came around, the previous Well of Eternity was black.
All right, so now that's the Burning Crusade. We defeat Illidan.
We apparently were more prepared than he thought we were.
Yeah, I mean "You are not prepared." I mean,
no.
That line, like...
Overdone.
That was, and I've told this story before, that was the first raid. The first raid that I ever did. And it was right before Wrath of the Lich King. I started playing during BC. I finally got to 70, and my buddy took me in there. He got me in a group. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And that line just threw chills down me. I was like, oh, this dude's like for real. He wants to fucking rip my face off.
I mean, at this point, the line is overdone. but
Yeah, it is. It is definitely
it is an
overdone now.
iconic line. That's
I mean, being that I was a warrior tank back then, I was my night elf warrior tank, and hearing that line and them going, okay, so you've never done this fight before. We've done it a whole bunch. Don't worry about it. You just have to do this thing and this thing. I was like, this dude's going to kill me. He just said, I'm not prepared. Like, it's fucked up. And I wasn't prepared, but I did okay. I got like 7 pieces of loot that night. I was thrilled. So, that's Maeve shows up right at the end of the fight. Like, where the fuck did Maeve come from? That bitch was plotting and hiding the whole damn time. We knew she was there. We had already talked to her during TBC.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And randomly, here she is. There she is. And that's when Illidan tells her, what are you going to do now? The chase is over. You have nothing.
Yeah. That's a very good point. But, the chase is over. You have nothing. But, I mean, Maiev was a warden, so, I mean, there's other things she could go back and do.
Yes.
Yeah, her whole life was consumed with Illidan, but...
And that's the whole problem with her. She didn't even give a damn about her other duties anymore. She was totally off her rocker, and all she wanted to do was kill Illidan because Malfurion wouldn't do it.
And then once he was dead, she had no idea what to do with herself.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. Your entire life is focused on one aspect. Suddenly that aspect is gone. You've fulfilled your goal. What do you do?
She goes crazy and betrays her people.
But apparently, according to that little teaser from the Legion cinematic, here's Illidan trapped in a big green crystal.
Now,
so apparently something happened.
Well, she took him back to the Warden's thing and locked him up where he was supposed to suffer for eternity because he was immortal. Well, where the hell did she go and why did she stop watching him, number one? Number two, are the Wardens just doomed to, be corrupted and fucked up? I mean, first Maeve, and now we just saw Cordana in the legendary questline absolutely lose it and join the Burning Legion. So are the Wardens too power hungry? Because we know if you go through and throughout the War of the Ancients, throughout... there's a bunch of quest lines with Maeve and her brother. I can't think of his name. Damn it.
Damn. Yeah, I can't.
You know who I'm talking about, though.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
With her brother, she's always in a rivalry with him, especially during the War of the Ancients, because he's the one who got everybody to band together, the different races. And that's what stopped the war. That's what saved them. Was him, not her. So she's so power-driven that when Tyrande got kidnapped, she took over. She was like, I'm queen bitch now. Gerard, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Gerard, yeah.
Thank you. That's correct, right?
That's right. That is right.
So, she gets so obsessed that she wants this power, and she just wants more power. Now we get to here in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
she's
what
lost it. Are they just doomed?
She tries to kill her. She tries to kill everyone. She goes freaking nutsballs and just goes, I'm just gonna kill people. And I'm like, wait a minute, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, she loses it. And Drevin, to answer your question, Cordana, she didn't have the orb for a long time. She took it, and she was supposed to immediately go destroy it. She was willing to accept the corruption because Gul'dan was whispering to her through it.
Yeah.
She wasn't supposed to keep it. And I don't think it's pride, Jake. I will go out there and say that right now. It's not a pride thing. It is... It explains, there's a lot of it in Wolfheart, right at the beginning when they're having the summit, to allow the Worgen, the Gilneans, back into the Alliance. And it's all, thrashed throughout. She is power hungry. When they, assigned her to lead the investigation of the Highborns that were being killed, it was exactly what she wanted. She wanted more power. And Malfurion, it went through Malfurion and Tyrande going through it, and Jared recognized it right away.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he saw that something was wrong with his sister.
He knew, and
long before everybody else.
It said he could see how she got the way she was throughout the way the history had went and her life was. So, I think with what the Wardens do, they're given a very high station. They're way up here in the Night Elf Society. They're very, very important to the Night Elf Society. and they're treated very differently. So with that, I think that's how that kind of slowly seeps into their mind that they're more important than everybody else. But there's always that, I need more, I need more, I need more, I need more. So, I mean, yeah. And yes, Wraith, you're right. She was pissed that Gerard left, but she didn't know he ran off and who he got married to. They didn't put those together, and they explained that in Wolfheart too. She didn't know all that, and she felt very bad for her brother when he returned with his wife, and she died in the temple. That Trondy and Malfurion couldn't help her. Mm-hmm. But I digress. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna go to another wonderful question.
Dun, dun, dun.
Name the keeper who guarded Illidan's prison. This is done during the 10,000 years he was imprisoned. Name the keeper who guarded Illidan during that 10,000 years. Hey, TC Calloway, welcome. Sorry, guys, I just saw that. Anyways, so here we go. I don't want to push into Legion yet. Let's hit up the mop. So during the Mist of Pandaria, the Warlocks...
the mop.
Warlocks, I still don't like you, nor have I ever liked you, nor have I ever wanted to play you, nor do I think it's fair that you get an effing quest line when every other class loses theirs. But anyways, you got Krill, Green Fire, big fucking deal. I don't care. Go to hell.
Let's piss off the priest. Let's piss off the warlock.
If they're not a druid, and they're not a night elf, I don't care. Don't care. So, Mike, over to you. Did you ever do the warlock quest?
My most leveled warlock is level 85, and that was done with a recruiter friend. So no.
Okay. B?
I have a level 90 warlock that I granted those levels to. I have not touched her barely since.
All right,
Every time I play a warlock, I get to level 30 and then I delete them.
Let's take a timeout real quick. First, for you guys who are doing the Twitter giveaway of the mouse and you're trying to figure out how it's working out, if you're running out of space, when you shoot your tweet over, just hit one of two. Just type 1/2, 1/3, whatever it is, so we can line all your text up together. That way we know, hey, Jake sent in five Twitter messages to us, and that it answers all the questions we asked her on the podcast. So, you know, that's what I would like you guys to do. That'll make it easier on us, and that way you're not running out of room. I understand Twitter's limited to the amount of characters. All right, so Warlocks. I apologize, Warlocks. I really don't have a problem with you. I'm just kind of a druid junkie.
And you know what? I gotta say, while I do enjoy playing Affliction when I did play my Warlock, leveling and everything, and it would be the spec I would play if I had a max level Warlock, I just find a couple of other classes more fun. So, nothing against Warlocks either. Just never had the time.
I just like to rile up the chat room. Like priest. This priest can suck it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn. You're on the show this week. That's not good.
There he goes with the priest again.
I'm just waiting for your wife to run in the room and scream at me.
Oh, she's not a disc priest. She's a shadow priest.
I know, but I really trashed priests really bad a couple episodes ago.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, just because that's what she raids with, she has... Honey, how many of every class do you have at max level?
She's an altaholic like I am.
She is severe altaholic. Not me. Don't give me the look. Give Terinn the look.
Have fun with the show.
Where do you think you're going? Get back here.
Please don't hurt me. He's gone. He left. Empty chair.
Is she gone? Is she gone? Is it safe? Is it safe? Is it secret? Ah!
Things are flying. Things are being thrown.
All right,
oh my God.
I had a donut. What the hell is this?
That looks like the coffee, like the logo for my donut shop coffee.
It's a donut coin purse. Put loose change in.
Was that intended for you or me?
Well, she hit me, and she hit me with it. So.
But she was thinking it was you. She was hoping it was you. But she can't throw it at you. So.
No. See, you don't know my wife. She will use any. She will take it out on me because.
Well, I know if I ever when we all get together someday, I'm gonna wear a full suit of armor.
I have one.
And then it's gonna say on the outside of it, I'll engrave it with "Priests suck at life."
Just to dive the dagger in farther.
Yes, just a little bit. I'll be protected somewhat until she gets a sledgehammer.
Because I'm an ass.
Okay, so they got this quest line here to get their green fire, and now that won't stop me. Shit. Just remember to tell my daughters that I absolutely adore and love them, and they will own everything in my house and have lots of money. That's all I ask. Before I die. All right, so green fire. Now, I did back in the day watch CM Lore, aka Josh Allen, aka Soglo, aka Poofy Hair Shake.
No,
amazing fucking person to watch. Very funny. But I watched him do this quest line on a stream, and not so much fun. It was very difficult, very hard for people to do.
Yes. It was a challenging quest line, and they made it so on purpose. But from what I understand...
I need somebody to mute Thadris in chat, please. He just told me STFU because he plays a priest, so just go ahead and mute him.
Nah. Anyway, it was a challenging quest, and rightfully so. You're going to get something that's going to change the color of every spell you cast. I mean, it's kind of a big deal in WoW, because it's the first thing of its kind. But from what I understand, it wasn't overly difficult to grasp. It was just like one of those, have to do everything perfect.
Oh yeah,
sort of things.
And that's what I understood about it too. Is if you weren't perfect on your movements and your rotation and not standing and shit, usually is a good thing. It was going to be hard.
Right. It was going to be. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I don't know, Mike. In my opinion, I think it was, yes, it's a class. I was a little upset that, like Druids, that we didn't get a quest for something like that. But I've got to give Blizzard a lot of credit here because, in my opinion, I like that they made it hard for them to earn. It was something they had to really, truly earn. And that's what a class quest line should be, in my opinion. I don't know how you feel about that, guys, but to me that meant a lot. Like, I don't play a warlock, but that's what I want my druid class quest to be when it comes out, if we ever get one.
Right. If I ever get, I'm gonna be playing a mage. Back to that. If there's ever some crazy mage quest line, I want it to be challenging.
I'd love to have a paladin one. Like I missed having my paladin quests. I missed working for my tabard and then my weapon and then my mount. I missed all that stuff.
Yeah, there's a great example. Epic Paladin mount when it came out. I remember someone I started playing WoW with a few people from high school, and one of them was so excited when he finally got his what is it, his charger?
Yeah,
or whatever the level 60 mount.
You get all the pieces and you don't even need its charger. Yep.
However many Arcanite bars you needed and all the other crap.
It's expensive. You spent a lot of gold getting that stuff.
Very expensive quest line, and then paladins just get it for free now.
Yeah, it's depressing. It's depressing.
But look at warlocks too. How hard? The warlocks had to grind their mount out back in the day. The fiery.
The Dreadsteed.
The Dreadsteed, yeah.
The Dreadsteed was a comparable, investment.
In my friend, she plays a warlock, and yes, I trashed warlocks to my friends too. But anyways, that was a thing that was about their class, and that's what it should have been, and then they took it away, like you said.
Yeah. But yeah.
You can't even the tabard. Can't do the tabard quest anymore, and you can't do the weapon quest anymore for paladin either. At the old stuff, I know shamans don't do their totems anymore.
Shamans don't do their totems anymore. Warlocks don't do their demons anymore.
The druids don't do the. You actually have to go out and do the quests.
Oh my god, that was a nightmare to do those form quests.
I remember the Boomkin one.
The original aquatic form one.
Oh my god, yes.
In Moonglade.
No,
Like you need to go all the way over here and all the.
you got to go all the way over here, all the way over there, and then you got to swim. And this is back when holding your breath, like
2 minutes.
You what was it, 1 minute or 2 minutes? It wasn't crazy.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Back when the undead ratio of triple underwater breathing time actually meant something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I hated
that
that
used
quest.
to be an undead. That used to be an undead racial, everybody. Yeah, I remember doing that quest because Druid was the first tune I played, and you just got to swim down to the point where you're 2/3 of the way dead from drowning damage. And I hated that quest.
I hated that quest too.
No, and it was insane. But, the satisfaction in me being still relatively new to the game, like, I didn't realize what class quests were when I leveled my warrior. I ran across the orc standing outside of the path that runs through Swamp of Sorrows into the area where the portal is.
Blasted Land.
Into the Blasted Lands. That's when I
ghost.
finally realized, oh, wait, there's class quests in this game? This dude's giving me a class quest. This is cool. So doing the Druid ones, like, I took such pride because not everybody who was a Druid had all the forms. Some people didn't complete them because they were that tedious, i.e. the swimming form quest. That was a bitch. I remember wanting to break my desk.
Okay, one
Right.
Jake is asking for us to play this video real quick because he has to go.
Chan
Okay.
Senpai, I have 5 minutes. Play video. All right. All right, guys. So we're going to take a quick break for our conversation. We're going to have a break with Jake.
Hello, gentlefolks. This is I, Jake Eater, and I have a question to you guys about Illidan. Do you think he will live up to his title as the Betrayer in Legion, or is he just a misguided soul, or just plain mad? I mean, he did after all try to send his best demon hunters out on a suicide mission when his temple was under attack. I do wonder how that happened.
My trusted demon.
You want us here to defend you?
No. I can handle these buffoons myself.
But they have killed all your lieutenants.
They were weak.
Akama is helping them.
His betrayal does not surprise me.
Okay.
So go forth, my demon hunters. Time is of the essence.
So what will we do there?
Figure it out when you get there.
You did not prepare this, did you?
Are you questioning my methods?
Never mind. Come on, guys. We are going into the Nether.
Finally, all the pieces are coming into play.
Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel at your cubes too, right here, so you can see these videos before they air. Checking it out.
All right, guys. So, do you guys think that he's going to live up to the title Betrayer?
See, I don't know, because I'm still, I'm still under the impression that, I mean, he did do stupid things. Not saying he didn't. But I don't think in general, I don't feel him as a bad guy. I do agree that he is a little crazy. I think he has, over time, gone a little crazy. He is power mad, obviously, as well. So it's all going to come down to if he's offered more power from somewhere. Because he will give in to that no matter what.
And I was about to yell, "B, stop cutting me off," but I was muted, so that explains that.
Oh, I didn't. Boop.
My bad. Anyway, I was going to say that probably like some kind of, he's leading all the demon hunters, the new class demon hunters against the Legion. And then in the end, he's going to screw you over somehow. Like, that's going to be the end of their opening quest line.
Spam.
See, I don't know. I don't think he's gonna get. I think he's gonna get. Chris Metzen said they love a redemption story. I think he's gonna get sort of a redemption. I don't think we're going to see everything with Illidan during this expansion. I think Illidan's going to be the Gul'dan of this leading tie-in. So Gul'dan tied us into Legion. Illidan will tie us into the next one somehow, some way. But I know for a fact, and I don't believe Tyrande or Malfurion or the Night Elf race will ever forgive him and let him back into their society. He's always going to be an outcast. So I don't know how this is all going to work out in the end, you know. Plus, I mean, Khadgar's burning Legion, so it doesn't matter. Illidan's just gonna be pushed off to the side, and then somehow he's gonna save us in the end.
Okay, so I don't know about Tyrande, because she still got for everything she's done, she's got feelings for him too.
No, she does. She has feelings as the mother goddess, whatever, the Mother Moon's goddess, queen lady.
Right.
That's as far as it extends.
Well, yeah,
right.
No,
that's as far as she has romantic feelings for Malfurion.
Yeah, I don't mean romantic. I mean that she does care about him.
She does, but oh, sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
She knows that Illidan has feelings for her, and she's going to use that every chance she can.
That I do.
Because she's already done it.
Yes.
More than once.
She's kind of a bitch in that department. I'm not saying she is in general. But
my thing is about her is even she said at the end after she released him and Malfurion let him go after he helped save her with his Naga, she even said it was a mistake releasing you on this world, and Malfurion told him, don't ever come back. Because Malfurion said next time you show up, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
That's why he will never be let back into Night Elf Society. He's so different from them now, and he's already tried to help them during Cataclysm. He was in a quest line there trying to do stuff. So at the spinning vortex, I don't know, when you went back in time you saw everything. It was kind of a time vision thing.
Well, that was supposed to be the vision to the War of the Ancients when he, that was his whole get the vials from the
that was
Well of Eternity.
Past. That was stuff that happened. That was that
was what happened. That was his whole go get the vials, and he wound up helping us take out that demon.
Draven is saying Illidan is ready to lead the demon hunters against the Burning Legion, confirmed at DragonCon, which DragonCon just ended.
Right.
At the end of last month.
They've said that at a couple of things now, that's his deal in Legion. So
yeah.
Will it eventually turn into some big redemption story, like by the end of the expansion? Probably.
I don't think it's going to happen this expansion. I think that's something that we probably will see near the end of the life cycle of World of Warcraft, because there's too much other stuff. And if you give him a redemption story right now, Mike, we're done with Illidan.
Well, hey, look, we've been done with Illidan for 8 years now, or so I thought, so...
Yeah, but okay, they retcon stuff all the time, and he's back because of the behest of the fans.
Soap opera.
This week on World of Warcraft Soap Opera, B comes back to life and barrages everything.
This week on World of Warcraft, cuts to Tyrande. Malfurion. I'm pregnant. It's Illidan's. There's your soap opera.
Thrall shows up out of nowhere and smashes Illidan's head. Got your back, Malfurion. Got your
Agra
back.
goes to Thrall. Thrall, I'm pregnant. It's Illidan's.
What the hell is going on? As the days turn on Azeroth.
As the days, oh my god.
Oh my god.
That sounds like a perfect title for a machinima series.
Oh, with Illidan having everybody's illegitimate bastards. And they'll all be called Snows, right?
Sure. I don't know how. I don't know how bastards are named in Azeroth.
We're just gonna go ahead and use Snow because it worked out so well in that other well-known series.
When did Tyrande become Shatner? I don't know. When I just poorly acted on the spot right there.
All right, guys. So,
Oh my god.
one hell of an episode. No technical difficulties this week. I'm very happy, very thrilled. B's computer is fixed.
You shut your mouth and knock on wood.
I know, shit.
I knocked on a whole bunch of wood.
Maybe my computer's fixed. So just keep listening.
Amazing, amazing guest host. And Phil, thanks for coming, Mike. I really, really appreciate it. You're the man.
You're welcome.
B, as always, stay huffity puffity. What is Epiphany?
What did you do?
No.
Where?
No.
I was just looking funny. I don't know why. Huffity puffity. Every time someone says it, I just.
Well, you heard me actually spell it out right. It's a song.
Yes.
Oh man.
I've heard you spell it out.
That comes from the SEN TV stuff. It does. Every time I type it, it sounds like a song.
Ah.
All right, Mike. Go ahead and tell us where we can find you.
At this place, I always do this badly. At Thilladren on Twitter and Twitch, mostly Twitter. And Dom won't forgive me if I don't do this because he's usually on here. You could find a bunch of us on YouTube at ASOTV Podcast. We do a whole bunch of shows on a whole lot of TV shows, just short discussions and stuff like that. The fall season is starting, and we're about to disappear.
I'm all like,
Hermit status.
save us now.
What's going to be going on SGG this week? What are you guys talking about?
What was our topic on SGG? We're doing tabletop games this week.
There you have it, guys.
It's going to be myself and John because Dom is on vacation, and we're going to have a guest host, probably John's girlfriend Cleo, coming in for that one. And all right, I've been posting on Instagram as Thilladren. Thank you, honey. She came in here one night, grabbed my phone, installed Instagram, followed a whole bunch of people I know, and says, "Here, start Instagramming." Yes,
I haven't
ma'am?
given in to the masses yet.
Like, what am I supposed to do? Post pictures from work. People will find that interesting. Okay.
Yeah, you don't have a choice is basically what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened.
If you would like to see pictures of what I do, I'm an auto mechanic, then follow me on Instagram.
All right, everybody. So there's a quick look into some secretly revealed content coming up. If you want to watch John and Mike on SGG with special guest host, most likely Cleo, and some tabletop games, you guys are into that? Make sure you check them out on Tuesday night on this channel on Serious Gents. It'll be here live.
9:30.
9:30
Huffity,
p.m.
Puffity, where can we find you?
You can also find me on as seen on TV podcast stuff, and here, and HUFIT. Oh wow, I can't spell today.
And she screws up her own name, and Azeroth turns again.
Right. I'm done.
B, go ahead and tell us about Tuesday. What's Tuesday?
Oh, I'm doing my Dragon Age podcast. Wow, now I'm done. I'm so done talking, apparently. Doing my Dragon Age DLC for Trespasser. I'm not sure what time at this point in time, but I will figure that out, and I will tweet it all over the place.
Make sure you check out Huffity Puffity on Twitter to catch that DLC time. It will be released. She'll be going over it live, talking about what she thinks of it, and going through the gameplay for you. As always, you can find me at Terinn23. I'm as bad as Thil. But that's me. Find me on Twitters.
Backwards.
Find me on Twitch. And as always, every Sunday, 11 Eastern, 10 Central, we'll be here live with Into the Nether. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for everybody hanging out. As usual, we'll be doing our fun little game after the show. So if you want to play, just stay and hang out. I will see you all on the flip side.
Bye-bye.
See ya.